First of all, congratulations on the second season of Ragnarok. I just started
Thank
watching it,
you.
and it looks really promising. Um,
Yes, thank you.
how would you describe this season? Of course, like spoiler free for people who
Yeah.
haven't watched it yet.
All right. So season two is of course or starts right after season one. So for everyone that's seen season one and that knows knows how the characters work and who they are, season two is the continued development of those characters, seeing how they experience all the transitions, all the changes that happens, and get to know each other a lot better, finding themselves or figuring out stuff. So season two, I think season two is a lot more epic and a lot darker than season one. So if you liked season one, I'm pretty sure you like season two.
So, describe the moment when you got the chance to read the script for the first time for this second season. Was it all you expected to be? Did you have like any idea where do you want your character to go?
I had some hopes. I had some ways I wanted the show to go, but our writers always or tends to go places with the script that we're not like anticipating, and that happened in season two as well. There were several moments when I read the script when I was sitting there going like, well, okay, how, why, but still that's kind of like why it's fun to do this show, because us, the actors or actresses, we don't know where this is going story wise, so it's just as exciting for us.
You started shooting this new season like in the middle of global pandemic, so I wonder,
Yeah,
like, was the filming process different this time around, given the whole, restrictions, new rules and stuff?
we expected the whole period to be extended a bit. That was what we thought would happen, but because everyone was so professional with everything, we got tested and we stayed quarantined and we stayed away from people. We had locked up sets where with zones, so people could just be in certain zones. Everyone wore a mask. We had people running around with this, anti or what's the name for it? The gel, right? The
Yeah,
gel, yeah,
that's
the
all
gel
right.
you use to clean your hands. I forgot the word. We had people running around with like two of those, going like "Hey!" to everyone. So everyone, it felt really safe and it felt really controlled. So we managed to shoot season two in the exact same time period we shot season one, even though it was a pandemic. So that's brilliant.
Did all those rules and masks and stuff, did it
Mm.
affect your interactions with the cast, the crew? Was it like more fun or less fun because of that?
I I'm a really social guy, so I really enjoy talking to people. But I'm also a hugger. I very much like giving people hugs, which wasn't really possible during season two. But what I realized in this pandemic and in general is that you can show much love with your eyes. So even though people wore masks, I started appreciating people's eyes a lot more. So I mean, it works. I miss giving people hugs and like laughing and like being close to each other and laughing and having fun. But it works. It works.
You just said that you like to socialize with people,
Yeah.
so I wonder, are you the type of an actor that before filming the scene you're like all by yourself, quiet, like getting into it, or you just like going around, joking with people and simply having fun?
It all depends. It all depends on the scene. When there's a regular scene, I'm usually comfortable going around talking to people or being social before the scene and then getting ready for it and then doing the scene. That's usually fine. But if I have an emotional scene where I need to cry or be very, very, very down, I usually take around 5 minutes before each scene. So it's not like the entire day is just, but it's like around 5 minutes before the shot starts. I need to just go back, put in my AirPods, and just activate myself a bit, and then I'm gonna do it. I think that really differs from actor to actor, though. Some people can do it like that. Some people need a lot more preparation. That's just how it is.
Did you stay in touch with the cast, like in between of first and second season?
Yeah, we did. We didn't meet up that much, obviously, because of everything that happened. But I'm speaking to them or communicating with them on social media all the time, all the time. and especially now, close to launch, and when we're doing PR for the show, or so we are staying in touch. We are a group of people. We are 10 or 11 people that do different stuff. Some do music, some do acting, some do theater. So a lot of people are busy, but still we managed to keep in touch here and there, though.
I think like the release date and all the PR, it's very exciting for you, but is it like stressful? Because I'm following on Instagram, and I've seen that like on the release day you were really like pumped up and like looking for people's feedback, posting the charts position all around the world.
Yeah.
Is it like equally fun and stressful?
Yeah, to be honest, this release, I wasn't really stressed. I wasn't. I was a lot more stressed when season 1 came out, because for some reason, or it's pretty obvious actually, when season 1 came out, we did not know how people would react to it. It's a special kind of show. It's a drama placed in Norway, a small town with supernatural things happening. It's a really weird type of show. So we didn't really know how people would react. So when season 1 came out, that was a lot more, come on, people, please watch it. But after seeing the reaction to season 1, I was kind of positive, going like, yeah, I'm pretty confident people are going to watch it. And they really did. Holy cow, dude. It's been bananas for the last 72 hours.
Yeah, it's crazy. I think the best part of this show is that like it made people get interested in Norse mythology, which is awesome. And I guess they wouldn't have the chance to do it anyway. Were you into it before you started filming the whole show, or because I've seen some videos on YouTube and you seem like a pro in that subject?
Like a pro?
Yeah.
Well, I think it's all about the fact that I'm a nerd. I think that's where it all starts, because I'm going to be careful saying that. I would say most people in Norway know Norse mythology in some kind of sense, because we've grown up with it. We've heard about Thor with the hammer and Odin and Loki since we were kids. So everyone in Norway more or less knows the story. But I've played a lot of video games that evolves around Norse mythology. So I'm kind of like a bit more into it than some people. But again, it's because I'm a nerd. It's more or less that. That's the reason.
So that being said, that you are a nerd, like, did it make it for you even more exciting to be a part of this kind of show?
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely, dude. Every time, because some other things I think is really interesting in Ragnarok is that we have small clues all the way through the show. We have small things or small giveaways or small Easter eggs that's been hidden in the show that 95% of the people that's watched the show doesn't really notice. But if you look at it really closely, you can see us foreshadowing what's going to happen in the upcoming season all the way through. And we're doing those kind of small things, and we're putting in small notifications or like small words in the background that's something about Norse mythology. And that's really exciting for me, because in that case, I can sit down and find the Easter eggs and really appreciate them.
Yeah, and it's a great way for people to like watch maybe multiple times to just look for them. Yeah.
That's what we're going for.
Yeah, we spoke a bit about the Instagram and the whole reaction from the fans, but you have like a huge following. So how do you navigate through the social media when you know that like millions of people are watching you? And do you like second guess like, oh, should I post that or not? Because like so many people are gonna see it.
Yes, I have to make sure what I'm posting is safe to post. And that's really early when my social media or my Instagram started, growing a bit. I just decided to separate my personal life. I just decided to separate my personal life from my socials. And that was like when things started getting comfortable, because I knew I didn't have to say what my opinions about something or getting into everything. I could just use my social media for feel good stuff and have fun with people and spread love and talk to people. And that's what I decided my social media would be. I want people to be happy with what I post. I want it to be fun. So sometimes I have to run it through some of my friends just to say, is this fun? Is this okay? And sometimes I get no, in that case I don't post it. But usually I'm posting whatever I want.
Going back to the show, it tackles like in a very specific way, but the subject of the climate change and everything,
Yeah.
you know, revolves around it. Do you think the younger generation is more serious about it comparing to like, let's say, older people, which is not a very nice way to put it, but
yeah, no, but I understand. I understand you the way you think about that. Yeah. I think what's good about our generation now is that everything is so accessible to us. That's you know, good and bad. We are being exposed to the world much earlier than a lot of other people has been doing before us. But on the other hand, we now have the possibility to spread the word and stand up for everything and try to make a change, something that wasn't really that possible to do 20 years ago or 15 years ago. So yeah, I think young people are more involved in the climate changes or climate crisis now more than before. And I think it's really good. Also, one of the reasons why we're so proud of talking about it and bringing that subject up in our show too, because it's essential. It's what's going on. It's what's real.
so I assume you're like pretty positive about the future.
If I'm positive about the future,
Yeah, giving the younger generation being more involved with such issues.
I at least I really hope so. At least I really hope so. It seems like, yeah, I'm going to be positive about the future. I'm a positive guy. I have to be positive about the future. That's my job. Yes, I'm saying that. I trust our generation for this.
So moving to the very positive subject, I guess
Yeah.
you're aware of that. You have like a huge fan base in Poland, and so I went to my Instagram and I asked people like, do you have any questions
Oh, awesome.
you want me to ask? So I have a short list, but some of them are really fun. So of course, like the first question is, how did you like being in Poland?
How did I like being in Poland? Poland is always fun. Poland is always fun. One of the things that surprised me the most, or I had a couple of things. One, it's really warm in the summer. Really warm. I wasn't expecting it to be like that. It felt really warm. And that was cool. Everything is cheap in Poland. That's really fun. People are extremely easy to talk to. I visited a friend of mine that studies in Poland, and we had a lot of fun. So, and yeah, you think, what? I really like Poland. I would go back a lot more if I could, but it's going to be in the future sometime.
Okay, so like the second question is, I feel like it was the same person asking. So how is your Polish? Because we've seen you learning Polish words during Instagram lives and stuff like that. So I guess people not expecting to speak Polish.
I've tried to during my live streams, I've tried to learn around 12 languages. So it's not going well. But what I'm trying to do is, whenever I'm traveling somewhere, I'm trying to just do that language a bit before I go, so I can say something. But it's been bad for the last couple of months. I haven't really been focusing on that, but I'm gonna get back on that horse sometime.
How old you were when you became interested in acting?
I was 13. Or I started doing theater when I was 6 or 7. But the first TV show I did was when I was 13. And after that, I realized this is what I want to do, like movies or TV shows. So 13.
How do you remember your acting experience in Scam series? Of course.
Really fun. The most surprising thing about that part of my career was that when we started doing Scam, it was super small. And then halfway through the process, it just said kablamo, and then everyone knew what Scum was. So it was like the curve was like super steep, but it was a really cool experience. That Scum is the reason why I have my social media the way I have now. So everything is fun with that. Only good memories.
The next question, I think it's a platform where fans can post fanfics. What do you think about Wattpad. I'm not sure if I...
Wattpad. Okay, so what I've realized, because there's been a couple of months where I didn't really know what that was. And then there was this artist or a writer who wrote a script or a fanfic about me, or not really about me, but about two characters. But people, had fun with it being me, even though it wasn't. And I thought it was super cool, really. I know nothing against it at all. But people I thought it was irritating, which it wasn't. I thought it was a huge pleasure, and I wanted to read it myself, but I couldn't find the English version of it. So I think it's really cool. So if someone's watching now that thinks I think it's annoying, I really don't. I think it's awesome. Leave it up. Thank you.
I think person that is asking this question did it actually. What's the weirdest gift you have ever received from your fans?
Oh, I've received a lot. I've received wedding papers, or wedding proposals where I just needed to sign and just send it back. I've received some holy books. I've received an iPod Touch with a lot. People are sending me a lot of weird stuff to it, but it's always nice. I've never received anything hateful. It's always fun and love and games. So good experience.
I've seen on your Twitter that you receive a lot of sweets, chocolates, and stuff like that, like Polish, I guess.
A lot. Yeah. Sweets and candy. People are just trying to make me, have diabetes. That's diabetes. That's what I'm receiving. So much candy and so much cakes and so much, sweet stuff. And it's really fun. But the only thing that people don't really understand all the time is that if it's not wrapped in its original wrapping, I cannot eat it. If people send me something, and I think it's really fun when I receive cakes or cookies or whatever, but when I do, and it's in like a make-away bag or a plastic bag, I can't eat it. It has to be concealed. Otherwise I can't. I need to be a bit careful. Yeah. But it's still fun. It's the thought that counts. And that's, yeah.
Okay, so the last question, I guess it's pretty obvious. Will there be a third season of Ragnarok?
I really hope it will, but I have honestly no idea. No idea yet. But I promise I'll let you know as soon as I do. Okay?
Okay, so we are waiting for update. Thank you very much for the interview. I really wish you all the success with the new series.
Thank you.
Of course, amazing new projects on your way this year or next.
Thank you.
Yeah, and we are.
Thank you so much.
Safe to say we are waiting for you to come to Poland soon.
I can't wait. Yeah. I can't wait to go back to Poland, man. I really can't. And thank you so much for having me, though. Really, really do appreciate it.
Thank you so much.